the record would love to have this many out for a meeting. Usually there's more out there than there's back here. I'd like to ask a question of all the mayor candidates that are running for election. One of the quiet things about here in Foxboro Green is the taxation for zero services. It's a given, it's a known. We've had 2 meetings with the existing mayor and the council, part of the council, not all the council. The first meeting we were told, what's the matter with you people, you're all rich, what are you complaining about? The second meeting we had was a little more serious, and we asked the mayor, why are we subsidizing other people in the community other than Foxboro Green? And they said, well, we recognize you are, but we wouldn't dare put the burden on the other people to help you out. That was their answer. I'm looking for a different answer tonight. It is a given, and I know that the regional taxes are 50%, education is 25% roughly. We don't object to that. Taxes at Wilmot Township are the other 25%. If you look at the last 12 or 14 years that we have lived here, we have contributed far more than $2 million to the coffers of Wilmot Township. We have nothing in return. We have no street lights. They're ours. We have no sidewalks. They're ours. We have no road clearing. They're ours. We have no road repairs. They're ours. We understand we're on private property. But the question I want to ask is, how can you tax us for services that you don't provide? And I did hear the word tonight, fair taxation. And I would like to ask each candidate, what does that mean to them as far as the people of Foxboro Green go?
The way we're going to handle this one is we're going to start on the left of the table. I'd like the councillors to respond to this one as well. Thank you, because it's certainly a prime issue for all of us. Time limit will be 1 minute for each person. Is that enough time on each one? Okay. We'll start with the mayors and then move to the councillors. Les, please.
Yes, I've been hearing that, and I understand, and I think that the unfortunate thing is that it can't automatically change because it is a provincial issue. Having said that, the thing is that what we need to do as a council is to bring forth a study to find out what we can do and how we can do it to the best benefit of everybody. And I think, I mean, yours is the biggest concern, and I understand, and I think that we should be able to, working with everybody, come up with a viable and a good solution to that.
Thank you. Karen.
Yes, I have been to all 11 condo units within Wilmot Township. So your question is one of about 500 that I've heard so far that is fair tax. I agree that this needs to be looked at by council, by each condo group, and that we must be a joint party in deciding what the process is. I also agree the mill rate is established by the province, but that doesn't mean we should not be looking at all services. We've got to start. First, there's got to be a will before there's a way. Once you start the process, you can start kicking tires and coming up with possible solutions or what ifs. But we have to take in consideration that all 11 must be treated individually because you're all unique. That could be a fairly lengthy process. But as mayor, I commit to you, I would be willing to start that process and work very hard on your behalf and with you to assist you to see if anything could be done. The end result would be that once it's completed, all residents know this issue has been addressed fairly by Wilmot, and we won't address it again.
Sure.
Thank you.
I live on Shade Street in New Hamburg, across the bridge. What that means is that I have water, but I don't have sewer. I don't pay for sewer. I only pay for water. I pay for what I get. It seems to me to be very unfair that for as long as you've been here, you've been paying twice for some of the services. Sure, there are things you do get. You get the fire, you get the emergency services, but you don't get the roads and the other things that we're talking about. And it would be one of my absolutely top priorities as mayor to start to solve this. I don't have dollars and cents for you. What I have is a promise that there will be immediately meetings convened involving the people from the condominium corporations, staff, and myself and council members, because we absolutely have to make this equitable. It's just not right.
Well, thanks, Bill, for your question. I wasn't part of your previous meetings, but I certainly wish I was, because prior to this election, I wasn't well aware of this issue until I, like Terry, had been asked many, many times over the last few months. This is absolutely an issue I'd like to tackle as mayor. I believe it is an issue that we do need to address at a township level and at a provincial level. What I've done is I've put together a 3-step action plan, what I call the Fair Tax Action Plan. The first is to define all the costs that we're talking about. And a lot of the conversations we're having about this issue, we don't know exactly how much money we're talking about. So of the municipal taxes that you pay every year, on average last year, for each of your tax bills, $620 came to the township of Wilmot. What we need to do then is figure out, of those $620, how much goes to, or how much would have gone to, providing the services that you're talking about here. Because as you know, all the money that you pay in taxes goes into a pool that is then spread between hundreds of different projects, a dozen departments, and a lot of different programs across the township. And I'll be glad to talk to everyone after this meeting.
Councilors, Ken.